have a hangover this morning.
Right, right, right.
That was about 6 or 7 hours of gin and
Wow.
tonics, and I smoked two cigars in that period. So I had a very old, very close friend who's Iranian,
Okay.
and he's not really into cigars. He's not really into cigars. So he's the type of person who likes the concept of a cigar,
Okay.
but will get quite um, nauseous on even a mild cigar, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So, and he's the same with drink. He will drink a lot of gin, but he
Okay.
likes his alcohol to not taste of anything. So
Oh, okay.
he likes the upside of the feeling it gives you without the downside of
So he
right.
likes water. I got it. He likes to drink water. I got
Yeah,
it. That's good.
so it was either going to be vodka or gin for someone like him, right?
All right.
Okay, but very. So I went out and shopped a very lightweight cigar for him, which he loved. He absolutely loved it because the profile, his smoking profile is he likes to blow lots of smoke,
Okay.
have minimal taste, marinate in a little bit of aroma, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what'd you
Uh,
get him? Romeo
so
and
I
Juliet.
actually posted this as a story maybe half an hour ago.
Okay.
I think I sent you a video of it last night. So he was
Oh
smoking.
yeah, I actually posted the video that's coming out New Year's Day of him with a cigar.
So the cigar that he's smoking is a Hoya de Nicaragua,
Oh, sure.
which I'm sure it's not the lightest, but is considered one of the lightest cigars in the market per
No,
se.
the lightest cigar would be like a CAO vanilla. That would
I,
be a
which
light
which I've
cigar.
not tried. Which I've not tried. So when it comes down to so the caption I put up is lightweight, right? So
Okay.
but so to compensate, I was smoking my Paragas stock yesterday
As you
evening,
should.
and so I thought, right, you're gonna have that, but we're gonna marinate in a different kind of aroma here, yeah.
Right, right.
And very pleasant evening, but no hangover, nothing. Maybe slightly deeper voice, but that's par for the course, isn't it?
For the guys that like a deep voice, you'll be turning them on. So
I don't
it's
know.
nice. And our friend Usman today is running a few minutes late. He's just left the hospital. The Viagra, the shot to
Um,
bring down the Viagra pill is taking effect. So he'll be here in about 15 or 20 minutes.
the
And that'll be
emergency's
good.
over.
It's over. Yeah, he'll be good. And today, just to let everybody know, before we actually really start the show, I'm smoking an EGM. Um, I don't know, Pody Rosie or something, some big mother. So there
Oh,
you go.
turn it. Hang on, let me get a screenshot of this because that's quite interesting. So go on full screen. Go on full
Oh, you want me to
screen.
go on full screen? I don't want to
Go on
scare
full.
people.
No, you could
So
do it.
hold
Do
on.
it.
Oh, wait. So I've
Let's
never done
get
a
to
solo.
the
Oh,
chopper. Right, if you could bring it centralize and bring it slightly closer to the camera, slightly very stop, and there we have it done.
okay.
Save to photos. Yeah. So read for me what it says.
Read.
What is the
It
model
says,
of it?
it says, Dear Stephen, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It doesn't say anything. You actually have to read it. So it's an EGM, and I'm just going to spell it. It's a Poderoso. Poderosa.
Poderoso or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Poderosa.
I
Yeah. So
didn't get the
can I
full
tell
spec.
you, this has like the long one I smoked last week? This one
The
has as much
Lancero.
flavor. The Lancero. This has as much flavor as the Lancero.
Well, there you go. You see, well, there's the benefit now. Usman's guidance to you to get the sampler pack seems to
Hmm.
work out because I wouldn't have known that. I kind of went for the one that everyone told me to smoke. I smoked
Right.
it, found it lovely. I
Lancero.
smoked one or
Yep.
two others, didn't get the same thing, but this one.
This one's like
So
basically, in my opinion, we'll just call it the pod. The pod one here of EGM. And by the way, EGM, thank you for the 10,000 cards that you sent. Not anyway. This one is just as a little more flavor than the Lancero, and I'm enjoying
it's
this
got
one
more
much
flavor
more.
than the
More flavor
Lancero,
than the Lancero. Yeah, in my
and
opinion. And Usman will be here, after it goes down, and then we'll ask him what, as a professional sommelier, what he thinks.
yeah.
Mhm.
You can talk cigars with him. Um,
Yeah, because he can't
Uh,
talk with either of us. So that's crazy.
No, the thing is this, the big advantage of someone having technical ability on any
Yeah.
topic, whether it's
Yes.
science, whether it's religion, whether it's cigars, whatever it is, yeah, is ultimately you feel the comfort zone of being able to talk with some sense of gravity about
Yeah.
things. I mean, it's all very well you and I having an opinion about, right, this tastes good and that tastes
Correct.
bad and da 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 da, and I don't like this and I don't like this. That's very cool,
Mhm.
right? Okay. But ultimately, there is someone behind the scenes, an Usman, who can give you the technical breakdown of
Right.
why this cigar develops this way and why do you get this flavor
Yep.
and why you don't get it from another cigar, etc., etc.,
Yep.
etc. Now, this mythic world of cigars that people who are not cigar smokers, they view it and they say, look, this is all, one cigar is the same as another cigar.
That is
It's the
wrong.
same way is the same way that is that what a lot of is the same way in which other people who are basically brain dead talk about cars or they'll talk about wine,
Yeah,
most people think they don't have most people indulge only in the thing that they indulge in and think everything else is nonsense.
that's true.
That's the problem, right? And
Mm.
so the very, very cool thing of having Osman on this show, in my opinion, he cuts through the fucking nonsense, right? I
He
could talk
does.
nonsense. I could talk nonsense all. I could have three major degrees in nonsense,
Mm.
right? Okay. But it is always reassuring, and the word is reassuring. There's a reassuring parachute at the back of this that says, well, actually, here's the science in
Right.
it, here's the facts in it, and I like that a lot, right?
Yeah.
The sort of the debunking. Now,
Right.
coming back to this EGM cigar that you're smoking right now, and
Yeah.
also the lightweight cigar that my friend Navid smoked yesterday evening, the
Which
Hoya
Navi
Nicaragua.
apparently listens to every single show and enjoys it.
Yeah, he was over with me in the lounge yesterday evening, and I was totally shocked. I didn't realize we had a listener, and let alone someone that actually listened to absolutely everything. Yeah.
I love it.
Uh,
I didn't realize we had a fan. We only have 103,000 followers. I didn't realize we had an actual
no,
fan.
and so late in the evening was this conversation, and so drunk was he
Hmm.
that basically, and you know what I call these sticks? I call them basically truth serums, right? Because you're
Yeah. Yeah.
parked. You're
Yeah.
basically parked. Okay, you've invested
Yep.
your money in this. You've invested your time in this. You're going to sit down, and eventually the truth is going to come out, right? Okay, if it
Right.
doesn't come out in the first 10 minutes, it's going to come out 3 hours later. Anyway, so I am convinced that he was telling me the truth. He watches this show religiously. He
Wow.
watches it on live. He will watch it the moment it comes out.
Wow.
And apart from how shocking that was to me, actually, what I was more interested in was his viewer feedback. And I said, well, actually, what is it you enjoy about the show?
Right.
What is bringing you to this show? Right? Is it the cigars? Is it the chat? Is it the drink? What's bringing you?
Yeah.
And so I'm talking very seriously right now, right?
Yeah. I
Okay.
understand.
His rationale for listening to this show is much the same as when people have the radio on in the background when they're in the kitchen or they're doing their work. And
Because he's bored.
no,
He's
no,
got
no,
to
no,
do
no, no.
something.
This is no. You laugh, but
Yeah.
actually, this. You know what? Since this conversation yesterday, for
Yeah.
most of the night and this morning, yeah, I've been thinking about the psychology of viewers, right? Both
Right.
myself as a viewer and people
Okay.
viewing us, right? Okay. Now, I can put on a stupid hat, right? Yeah, I could put on a stupid hat, right, and then put
Right.
on a stupid pair of sunglasses and be like other cigar people
Yeah.
in the cigar industry. I look like a fucking parrot, okay? Right, I could do that as well, and
Okay.
that's attractive it's attractive for the first 3 or 4 episodes, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, I look like a fucking knob, right? The whole point is, when it comes to the chatting, when it comes to the riffing, when it comes to cigar talk, the coolest thing about this show, in my opinion, is if
Yeah.
we're chatting about a topic over a cigar,
Yeah.
you're eventually going to hear people say exactly what's on their minds rather than some sort of contrived, politically correct rant, if you know what
Right.
I mean. Right.
Well, I think
And
people
I
know that this
think, and
show
I
is not
think if
politically
Piers
correct.
Morgan, if Piers Morgan interviewed his guests over a
A
cigar, or
cigar.
whether Joe Rogan did it, or whoever else did it, right? Yeah, it'll be a more interesting program because
I agree.
actually, you know,
Well, I thought we should have a show that had cigars, scotch, and Asian hookers. And apparently, Our
Well, you
attorneys told.
failed on the third one. You failed
Well,
because
my attorney said to me, "You can't do Scotch." So we have a new show next year. So there you go. I'm
your
very
attorney
excited
is an
about it.
Asian hooker.
I'm gonna start dressing very. Look, I look Asian, and I'm an investment banker. Basically, I'm an Asian hooker. So there you go.
You're
So there you
basically
have it.
James. You dress like James Bond
No,
in
I'm the
Doctor.
villains in James. You
In
don't.
no, 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 Doctor. No, in Doctor, because even
Oh,
James
that's
Bond
right.
wears a sort of a
Or-
Nehru jacket at
hey,
some
this is the
stage.
man. This is a Mandarin jacket. I have about 10 of these, and I love them. And I have one um, that is very. It's like a long coat, but it's very has a design on it. It's gorgeous, and I'm always afraid to wear it because I'm afraid I'll destroy it. To me, it's like a work of art. It's like I'm just gonna
Would
hang it on the wall.
Would you mind very
Yeah,
much if I lit up?
I would hope so because I'm already starting. And oh, excuse me, I forgot we had a ST DuPont
We had a bit of a
commercial.
cling. We had a
Yeah,
cling moment there. Okay, we haven't
you know
done.
what
I
you?
haven't done this for a while, but let me do the cling moment,
Oh,
and let me do
look at
the
this. Oh my God.
toasting. Can you see that? The toasting of the cigar.
Hold on here. Oh, yeah.
I believe
Oh,
that's called the toasting. And what you're trying to
mm.
do is, before anything, you're trying to get a little halo, a ring around the edges of the cigar.
Cigar. Yep, yep.
Apparently, and AJ told me this. Apparently, it's not the biggest problem if the middle part of the cigar isn't lit. Let's have a look.
Oh, look at that. You don't see that every day. No, really, you don't. So, wow, that's a beauty. Look at you, blowing smoke rings. Oh, kids will be proud.
Now you see the halo. You see that
I
little
do.
halo.
I do.
The cigar burns from the outside to the inside. So don't
Yep.
apparently don't. Well, say apparently, right? This is
Hmm.
the knowledge of others who've got there long time before I got there, right? I'm just your humble servant,
Oh my God, here we
just
go.
indulging.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! I took a breath in there. Hang on, I got this sexy voice all of a sudden. Hang
Yeah,
on.
I remember. I remember my first cigar. Here we go.
Those are the pitfalls of smoking a cigar a bit
There you
too
go.
rashly. You must take your time.
Yeah. The
Must.
other thing, and I don't know
Oh,
if you remember this. Yeah.
by the way, would you? Are you not interested in what I'm smoking? I am
I was going to
smoking.
ask you what you're smoking, but let me
So
zoom
I'm
in.
smoking. It's a rare smoke for me, but it's the Romeo Julieta, short Churchill.
Oh, very nice.
Short
Very
Churchill.
nice.
So Churchillian at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have problems with most Romeo Julietas. Okay,
So do
right.
I.
For people who know cigars or don't know cigars, right? My biggest problem with I love the brand of Romeo and
Right,
Julieta because it reminds me again of the sort of 70s and 80s, this kind of stuff my father would smoke, right?
right, right.
But I find that most Romeo and Julieta Vitolas meaning the models, right? And they have construction issues. The wrappers are a bit too thin. Now I don't know.
Right,
They're obviously going for a different kind of look feel with a Romeo and Julieta, right?
right.
But I always find that like even however perfectly I cut the top, choose the top's cut there, yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Always end up bits of tobacco spitting up
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yep.
this, which
Yeah.
I can't stand. I
I know
don't
it's
get
the
it,
worst.
right? Having said that, I'm beginning to I've made an effort to try and enjoy other cigars, right?
Okay.
And I guess it's part of the fun. You know, everything has its own way. You know, if it was
Right.
perfect, you wouldn't enjoy it in the same way. So, you know, the little working against it, the little playing
Yeah.
with it, all that kind of thing, it's a bit more fun.
It's very nice. I like the fact that I try different things. That's how I got onto the EGM. So I was very excited that I have my EGM. So I was like, very cool.
Have you
So
tried the cigar that my chum was smoking yesterday evening, the Hoyaa Nicaragua Classico? Have you tried that?
I don't think I've ever had that. I have
He
that on my
was
list now.
waxing lyrical about it all evening.
Really?
He said,
Okay.
"This is just smooth." So, if you're not really a cigar smoker and you're listening to this show just to hear Stephen giving me a hammering, right? Try the Hoya de Nicaragua. It's a
Hmm.
very non-abrasive cigar. You can't basically go wrong. You're not going to be like keeling over, sick and nauseous
Right, right,
and
right.
vomiting. It's not going to be that kind of cigar. It's going to be a cigar that looks like a man's cigar. It looks like a cool cigar. No, it's true because
Right.
you get these very lightweight sort of like
Like a CAO
elegantly
Brazilian
designed.
Amazon, right? That look make you look a little light in the loafers. I got it.
Yeah, cigarellos,
Yeah.
exactly. But that was, I believe it was a Toro size cigar. A Toro
Okay.
size cigar is, if you look at the cigar I'm holding in my hand, a
Right.
cigar of this, or of this ring gauge, in other words,
Okay.
width. but slightly longer than this. So it looks like a
Right.
substantial cigar, but with a very light wrapper.
Right.
If
Right.
anyone wants to see what it is, you can go to my stories on my Instagram. My Instagram
Is below.
handle is there, alizard.cigars. Go and have a
There you
look.
go.
It's the Hoya de Nicaragua. I think it's a Clasico. From a buddy of mine who can't really tolerate anything more than a sort of a mildish cigar. He said it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and that's why there's another cigar recommendation for you,
Yeah.
Stephen. Hoya de
No, I
Nicaragua.
don't. It's too. This EGM. I like it. It has a lot of flavor, but unfortunately, it's a very mild cigar. Um, so for me, it's a very nice for the morning. This is a great cigar for the morning. But
It's a
I like
coffee
my
kind of coffee too.
yeah, I like my full body. I want to be kicked in the groin when I smoke my cigar and go, now that's a cigar. Like I
Did you
like
ever
that
try?
rush.
Did you ever try the Aroa 20 years aged? So we had this conversation maybe 8 9 months ago, I
Months
think.
ago, yeah. I have not
Uh,
tried that one.
Yeah, Aroa 20-year age. It's got a
Okay.
Maduro wrapper.
Okay.
When I say Maduro wrapper, for those who don't understand cigars and those who don't give two fucking hoots, yeah, a Maduro wrapper is like a chocolatey colored
Yes.
cigar,
Yes.
right? Verging on dark chocolate. Now,
Right. Right.
the wrapper of a cigar doesn't really give you flavor, but it gives you an indication of the flavor
Correct.
coming, right? It's like the suit on a cigar, right?
Right.
Anyone can wear a suit, right? But if you wear a pink suit, we can tell you exactly what kind of person would be wearing a pink suit,
Now
et
stop it.
cetera, et cetera.
Just
Huh?
stop it. Just because I
Yeah,
wear pink suits, just
sort
stop
of
it.
like a joker or no,
Yeah.
because
I feel
that's well, what did you think I meant?
listen, I mean, just lighting the loafers in San Francisco, like sadomasochism, spank me Santa,
Well,
that type of
it
thing.
is
But
what it is.
I'm just saying, hey, well,
But the aroma comes in a sort of like a dark chocolate. The skin of the cigar, call it the
right,
skin of
right.
the cigar, is dark chocolate and it's box pressed. So
Mm-hmm.
if you looked at it front on, you would see basically a rectangle. So it's kind of been
Mm-hmm.
squashed into a rectangle. That is, I think that's going to hit your. I think that's going to hit your mark.
Okay.
You should find it very easily in the USA.
Okay.
Chocolatey smoke, very chocolatey smoke.
Ooh.
Little punchy at the end, little punchy, not too punchy. Great
Okay.
for a hearty morning coffee cigar,
So it's a
even
full
for a
body.
late
I
night.
mean, once again, we have discussed this. Um, only women drink coffee in the morning. I am a man. This is a Macallan. This is a rare cast. This is, I if you're going to smoke a cigar, you got to put your big boy pants on. I'm just saying. That's how. Yeah, I know. I see. You have that. I know.
I'm joining you today. Today, this is the well, it's not as heavyweight as yours, but this is rum. This is Havana Club, 7 years
Oh,
aged. So it's actually smoother than the original.
I like that. No, no. I find, not that I need an excuse to have scotch, but I find that a scotch and a cigar is just whatever time is just the perfect pairing. Like, in fact, the other night I sent you the picture. I was smoking the EGM in the afternoon, and I was just enjoying my scotch and cigar, and I think it was Christmas.
Do you think it's an actual enjoyment or is it a measure and statement of masculinity? It's like, right,
I mean,
this is like, this is
mhm.
I'm not only letting myself know, I'm letting everyone know I indulge in men's activities, traditional men's activities.
Turkish
Uh
baths, slap and tickle. Yeah, he does all that stuff. Now, um, the I don't. For me, it's just I enjoy it. I'm not. I don't care if we didn't have the show and we didn't reach our hundreds of millions of fans. um, and talk about scotch and cigars and whatnot, I would still have scotch and cigars, whether it's at 7 in the morning or 7 at night or whatever time it is, or when I go out. I still did that. I didn't care. I
you're a
like it wasn't doing.
lifestyle person. You're a lifestyle
No, you know
person.
what you know what I am? I am a me person. I am this is what makes me feel good. This is what I enjoy. I'm
There's a
doing it.
surprise. There's a
Yeah.
surprise, Stephen.
Yeah. Right. There's a news flash. That'll be a short. I'm
You
sure
know,
the
you shouldn't really take anything from me to heart. I can riff on anything, and I
and we're
don't,
going to.
I have no holds barred kind of person. Like
Yeah,
I'm
quite well.
blunt force trauma kind of person. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
and I
no
expect
trauma.
it back as well.
Oh, I don't worry. Like that's not an issue.
I know you're gonna have to do a lot of research to get to that stage before you
Yeah,
start
yeah.
poking fun at me. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a bit like shooting fish in a barrel kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Easy,
sure.
yeah.
Let's go with that. Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is why I'm going easy on you.
I really gets because you're stalling over. Anyway, my point is though, no, I just enjoy it. And to me, I don't do it for anybody else's enjoyment or just say, look at my lifestyle or look at this or look at that. And as you know, the way the show came about is that we have a mutual friend, brown car guy,
Oh yes.
and yeah, we have this mutual acquaintance and friend of ours, and he does his sermon on the German once a month here. And he brought you on, and we talked, and we were having a good time, and we were like, we should do a cigar show, and we did a cigar show, and that's how it all came. So if we never discussed it, I would still be smoking my cigars and drinking scotch, and no one would ever know. There's just something about it.
Your
It's
neighbors
just
would know. Your neighbors would know. They'd see you sort of huddling
there,
outside the
there's
house every
nobody
morning.
up. There's nobody up at 7 o'clock in the morning in this neighborhood.
It's Saturday. It's Saturday
It's yeah,
today.
all day. Yeah, it's all day, all over the world.
Saturday. It's Saturday today. What's the date today? It's the
Today is the
28th.
28th. Yeah, the 28th.
28th. We're midpoint between Christmas and New Year's, right?
Mm-hmm.
I find midpoint between Christmas and New Year's is the quietest point. You go out on the streets of London, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Boxing Day. So Boxing Day in London, normally sales and things like that honor that people like kind of venture back out. I mean, things have changed over the years. It's like
Yeah.
times, but my God, yesterday, Friday the
Crazy.
27th was a quiet day in London. Very foggy, misty day.
Right.
If I could give you a London, if I pulled out a dictionary and you saw the word London in the dictionary, and the thing you would imagine, foggy, cold,
Right.
empty streets. That was London yesterday.
Wow.
And that was,
Nice.
and I'll be honest with you, I love that. When
Yes.
London goes into this sort of Agatha Christie, sort of Alfred Hitchcock kind of sort of like, sort of like who's creeping around in the mist, the
Yeah.
murder, that kind of. I love that, right? I'm very
Yeah. Yeah.
sort of I'm
I like
very
it when it's I like it when there's when I was living in New York as a child, when I was born and raised there, right?
mm.
In the 70s and the 80s, on a Saturday or Sunday, New York City down to empty. Like you could literally roll the Empire
New York
State
City.
Building
You
down
mean
Fifth
as in
Avenue.
Manhattan?
Manhattan in the 80s, you could have rolled the Empire State Building down Fifth Avenue. You wouldn't have
And no
hit a
one.
soul. Nobody.
Wow.
Because it was only for the theater. And then I guess
Not theater, not
between
theater, not the theater. The
theater,
theater.
man, you can have some water and we're going to the theater. No, yeah. And when I say theater, I don't mean 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. I mean the 8 o'clock show. And that was it. That was all that. And there was nothing there. And there was still three Car Monte and the strip clubs. I'm ignoring you and some other things. And the best part about it is it was New York. You had like Times Square was full of sex shops and hookers and three Card Monte. We used to take all the trainees there because it was fun to like lose a kid from like Wyoming and we wouldn't see him for a week. But and then Giuliani came in, and then Bloomberg as well, and they gave tax credits to Disney and everybody to clean up the city. And so now New York is 24/7. It's like there's never a quiet period in New York City.
No, I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
In 2014, which is 10 years ago, in 2014,
Yeah.
I found myself in Manhattan.
Yes. Yes.
We arrived on a flight, which arrived in the evening, totally jet lagged, and I couldn't sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. I just could
Okay.
not sleep in 3 o'clock. I think we were staying near the Natural History Museum, which is
Oh, sorry.
upper
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 West, Upper
Upper
West.
West Side,
Yeah.
90ish,
Yeah.
90th, 91st,
Yeah.
something like that,
Sure.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Look at you. Fancy schmancy.
So what I did is I took a walk next
Yeah.
to the park
Oh,
all the
that's
way
crazy.
down.
Yeah.
Was that crazy?
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. But go ahead. You're lucky you're alive.
No, but you know what? I wanted to see two things at that time in the morning. I wanted to see the Ghostbusters building,
Oh, the boat, the building that the Ghostbusters are still on. Yeah,
which
that's
is
down
near
in
the
like
Vanderbilt. Is near the
yeah,
Vanderbilt kind of thing.
yep,
You're
and you
right,
can see it from
kind
Central
of. What?
Park. Yep,
So it's about 50th,
60th, six in the
60th.
high. It's in the 60s or 70s in that ballpark on the
Okay,
west side.
okay. So in that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just got carried away. I walked. There was no one in town. I'm talking at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it's the west
It was
side.
a
Nobody's on
huh?
the west side. I'm talking like you got to go to
No,
Manhattan.
no, I haven't finished yet. I got down to
Okay.
Times Square.
Okay.
I promise you. I think I've got some photos lying around somewhere of
Okay.
this. It is 10 years ago. Apart from a street cleaner, I was the only person standing
Wow,
in Times Square.
that's crazy.
I was shocked because my
I
image always was that New York would be like a sort of like the 24-hour city as
yep.
you describe, and especially Times Square would just be lit up and 3:30 in the morning, 2014. I'm standing a
Wow.
bit like that Vanilla Sky movie with Tom Cruise in it, where he's having a dream,
Right.
and the whole of the town is empty. But I've seen New York empty, empty, empty. Now, probably the reason why it emptied out is because of this brown skinned Pakistani guys walking down there. It's going to be dangerous. Let's just sort of like just keep a distance,
Sure.
sort of like.
Yeah. And it was
But
after nine, and it was after 9/11, so I
it
can
was
see it.
after it
Sure.
was
Yeah, sure.
significantly after 9/11. There you go. But there you go. No, but my hand,
We
truth to
believe it.
God, I've seen it empty, and
Okay.
I just thought that it does empty out.
I've only seen it like during a blizzard. You know what we'll do? Well, on that thought, everybody, about New York being empty, we're going to technically start the show.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment, with over 100,000
Oh, no,
YouTube
not again.
subscribers and rapidly growing to be the most watched and podcast cigar show broadcast globally. The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment.
Here's the best part. The name, as of the first of the year, changes to Habanos Saturdays.
Habanos Saturdays. Are we fatter now?
On. Let me put the fake teeth in. Habano.
Exactly. There's
Yeah.
gap there. There's still gap.
And
There's
again,
gap.
that's the problem. It's I didn't pay for all of them. It's called
I wouldn't
Habano.
have expected you to pay for all of them.
I know, I'm a Jew. I got to negotiate. Come on. Habanos Saturday. It's a Habanos Saturday or Habanos Saturday Club. But anyway, it's the same show. We're just changing the name because we don't really do the dinner and drink thing anymore. We still drink, oh, God forbid. But we're not like having fictitious people come to dinner. So we're going to, for 2025, we're going to change the name and the format a little bit, but it's the same three crazy guys.
Well, speak for yourself. But the thing is this: we're talking about New York just now, empty New
Hmm?
York. This brings me on to a topic that I should have discussed with you a week ago.
Sure.
But it's Christmas movies. Yesterday evening or the evening before, I was watching Die Hard with a Vengeance,
Yes,
which
yes.
is part of my Christmas movie trilogy. Die
Okay.
Hard with a Vengeance, set in New York City in Manhattan, and they
Yep.
do clear out Manhattan. They clear out Manhattan because of this terrorist threat, etc.,
They
etc.,
do.
etc.
They
That's
do.
what was going through my mind just now when I was talking to you about New York.
Yeah,
But Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
it
Yes,
is.
it is. And we've
It
been
is a
watching. Oh,
Christmas
there he
movie.
is. There he is.
Look,
Fresh
oh,
from
look at
the
him.
fresh.
He's fresh
He's
from the
fresh
Viagra
from
tour.
another cigar festival.
Look at
Fresh
him,
straight back.
fresh from the Viagra tour, ladies and gentlemen. Usman
I
is
think
here.
I think I think Usman's tuxedo dry cleaning bill is going to go through the roof because
Mm,
he's been to so many of these cigar festivals. He's
I
met
know.
so many of these personalities, good, bad,
Yes, I know.
indifferent, superstars and villains. Usman has got a wealth of knowledge to bring back from these little forays
Ooh.
into the world of cigars. What is the
First of
gossip
all, before we,
today?
Usman,
Go.
before you say anything, I'm just impressed he used the word foray.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now,
I
It's
know,
like
I know.
manta ray, but it begins with F.
Yeah,
there you go. Oh, by the
right.
way, just to let you know, Usman, I'm smoking an EGM, POD, whatever, blah blah blah
Oh,
cigar.
Pedrosos.
Yes, and just so you know, this has a little more flavor than the Lancero.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
yeah. Well, thank you.
Right.
Thanks for slowing up the show. Anyway,
No,
so
no. Yeah, you guys continue. I'm just gonna join you in less than a jiffy.
the Viagra is still kicking in, apparently. All right, there you go. So here's what happens. The wife's out of town. The Viagra kicks in. We may not see him for a while. So I just got to send all the links to the fans. Go ahead.
What movies did you watch over Christmas?
Um, I watched the Christmas Story because that's a classic.
The Christmas Story. What the hell is this?
That's where the kid sticks his tongue on the light pole. Christmas Story. You never saw the Christmas Story? Okay, Christmas Story. I watched that. I watched Red One, which is the new one with the Rock and whatever about Santa being kidnapped. It's on. It was literally in the movie theaters for a day. Now it's on Amazon, so you can see it on Amazon. What else did I watch that was
So
interesting?
basically nothing. So basically you saw
Yeah,
nothing.
I watched
You
some
didn't
football.
see
And
The
that's it.
Wizard of Oz. You didn't watch Die Hard. You didn't
I
watch
watched. I
Scrooge.
did. Excuse me.
You
I
didn't
did
watch a
watch.
James Bond movie.
Excuse me.
Every single thing I'm
I did
saying
watch.
are
First of all,
classic Christmas
first
fare.
of all, I did watch Scrooge. I always watch Scrooge because
Which
I love
version? Which version? Which version?
the Bill Murray version.
Oh, Scrooged.
Yeah. I watched the Bill Murray version.
That's excellent. Bill
I love
Murray's
that.
not very good.
I love Bill Murray. So seeing Scrooge was like I enjoyed that. And then I saw what else? I saw a couple things, but nothing. I did see The Wizard of Oz because I saw Wicked, and I said, now I got to watch The Wizard of Oz again. So I saw the Wizard of Oz about a week ago. So yeah, so I got to watch that. So I was very happy. It's just I read because it was quiet. Everybody's gone. It's just I can read and relax. There's not a lot going on. It's nice.
It's basically fuck all. Christmas is about movies from your childhood that you watch. Trading Places.
I like Trading Places, but I didn't watch. I did watch Fritz the Cat though, so that was a good movie to watch.
You've mentioned Fritz the Cats before. It's a very US thing. We never got it here. I understand you love your porno. There you go.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's the funniest movie ever. So if you get a chance, you got to watch Fritz the Cat.
Oh yeah, pussy throughout Christmas. There you go.
Hey, look, that's my motto every holiday, and I'm Jewish, so Hanukkah we get 8 days of it. So it's a whole
By
thing.
the way, when is Hanukkah? Is it Happy Hanukkah?
Yeah. So just so you're aware, Hanukkah started the night of Christmas, and it runs for 8 days.
Oh, there's
So
a
this is
coincidence.
yeah. So 26, 27, 28. Tonight's the fourth night of Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, dude.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we get to sacrifice virgins and throw Gentiles to the lions. As
And
far as I remember.
now,
Yeah.
as of the last 20 years, I've been
Yeah.
celebrating Festivus.
Oh yes, I got a happy
Festivus
Festivus
for
the
the
other
rest
day.
of us.
Of that. I got one of those the other day.
Yeah, straight out of Seinfeld.
Yep.
Possibly one of the funniest characters in Seinfeld, Mr. Costanza.
Mr. Costanza. Yep.
Mr.
I will tell you.
Costanza, who has decided that we can have an alternative
Yes.
holiday. Instead of a
Kwanzaa.
tree, we have a steel pole, and one of my favorite parts of the Festivus ceremony
Right.
is the airing of grievances. So you sit around the Festivus table and
Yep.
you air your grievances with people. Very cathartic experience.
Yep.
Imagine if you actually did that, right? Imagine if you sat down and look at that! I'm very shocked. I've just got a pop down on my screen. So the story I put up of this cigar. So this cigar somehow is now in circulation. The Hoyaa Nicaragua cigar. The
Yeah.
main importers of that cigar into the UK have just shared that story, even though I didn't tag them.
Wow. Very
'Cause
nice.
they obviously like the fact that someone like me who smokes Cuban cigars only, almost exclusively, apart from the EGMs, which are splendid cigars.
Right.
Okay. No, I say that slightly tongue in cheek, but I'll be very honest with you that two cigars surprised me in 2024. They really surprised me. That EGM Encanto, and
Right.
the other one was the Davidoff Year of the Snake. And they're both, funny enough, Lancero cigars.
Hmm.
So in other words, they pack a lot of. So the whole point of Lancero cigar, it kind of focuses the flavor in a very smaller ring gauge, so you
Right.
get more flavor hit, right? And now this third cigar, which I didn't smoke, but my friend who was sitting there smoking it yesterday was just, this is brilliant. And now they shared it. So,
Well, you
somehow
should
there's
reach out. You should reach out to them and let them know that the show just talked about that cigar for 25 minutes, and we'll be expecting boxes of them to smoke next year.
But I think the way we spoke about that, we they're all the same at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's just dried leaves. I got it.
Yeah, right. Okay. And then this is where they have us. This is the last major drug that's being pushed to humanity, apart from bank
I don't know if
borrowing,
this is. I don't consider
which is
this
a
a
drug.
drug. Like if I don't have a cigar, I don't have withdrawal. Like if I'm really busy and traveling and whatever, and I can't have a cigar for a week or two, I'm not like having a heart attack. Like I gotta have. I'm good.
Well, it's kind of a grayish area for me personally these days because
Okay.
well, tell me why a relatively sane human being,
Oh,
yeah,
who are we talking about?
would
Okay.
indulge in dead dried leaves
I don't. Well,
and base the amount that I pay for those leaves on
yeah, that's crazy.
the color of the band, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean, right?
that's just
I
crazy.
mean, it is a fucking trick. in one way or the other, right? Okay, it's like paying more for a red car than a black car because the red paintwork is special paintwork. It's the same thing. I think most of things in life, whether we think there are choices, they're not. They're just magic card tricks that are being pushed towards us, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean, right? So same with cigars. But having said that,
Yeah.
these three cigars, this one has just snuck in at the last moment. This Hoyaa Nicaragua is just
Very
snuck
nice.
in. In fact,
You know,
maybe Usman knows something about it. He might say something about it.
you know what we can also do if Lisbon gets us off vibration so we don't hear ourselves, right? Or he's sitting on something, I don't know. Maybe next week will be 2025. Maybe what we do next week is we discuss our top. We were going to do it this week, but Usman was late, so we'll do it next week. Maybe next week we discuss the top cigars of 2024
We could
that we all
discuss it
smoked.
now. Why not?
Let's
Go
discuss
for
it
it.
now. Screw it.
Go
Okay, let's
for
go now.
it.
There you
Let's
go.
do that now. Let's do
Let's
it now.
do it. Let's do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it now.
But
Okay,
before
let's
that,
start. Let's start with a round. Usman's been doing a lot of talking. Let me talk first. Usman and I spoke same-ish, same-ish,
There you go.
same-ish, same-ish,
so
same-ish,
this
same-ish.
is a Romeo Julieta Torpedoes, which is a Habanos specialist selection, and a torpedo.
Very nice.
Side. Yep.
Usman's out of it. He's been to a wedding all day. He's taking Viagra. He got no clue. He's just hanging out. He could care less.
You have no idea how my afternoon has been. So
I think
and I was so looking forward to this. Like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. And I was like, shit, I'm getting late. So yeah. And now when I get like 5 which are open, and I was like, I'll short it out. So which is why this again leave of absence for 5 minutes. But now everything's under control. I'm very much here.
Very good. Congratulations. We missed you. In fact, at the
I
beginning of the
know.
show, I remember Riza said this show is perfect with. I mean, he said I miss Usman a lot. That's what I remember. Yeah. So
Yeah, I know. He would have missed me, minus the riffing part that you guys would have been doing.
we were riffing. We were riffing.
we all
riffing.
got the voice. We all got his drunken voicemail last night, which is very cute. So I enjoyed it, and I said to him, "It's a great idea." And I was like, "We're going to do that, but you're going to still have to tell us about cigars because we don't know."
I was gonna say, I totally like the idea and the fact that I will have to speak less and smoke more, which is amazing. Having
Yes.
said that, the only problem is this is technically a show and not a political show, so the balance would have to be brought in properly, as compared to it just not going to the entire politics or the current affairs or the riffing which he wants to do.
Yes, we can listen. The nice thing is, and you've been with us long enough to know that we'll riff no matter what, so we're good. and the fans, and I will tell you, last week's show was all about you, at the Trinidad event in Doha,
Yes.
and I will tell you that show is still exploding, and it's very funny how it's exploding. People are watching the live version, which is funny, and then some of them, and then other people are watching the rebroadcast. And it's really neck and I'm chuckling because the numbers on both keep going up every day and people really like it. I'm trying to say, you realize it's the same show, but I'm like, yeah, watch them both.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fair enough.
They'll figure it out. We don't care. We love our fans. So
absolutely.
Yes.
Having said all of that, why is our princess looking all in like a blackjack kind of a thing? And
I could do the stupid cigar thing with the stupid hat and stupid sunglasses and red suits.
No, where's your tuxedo and or a bow tie or a suit with a tie?
Yeah, like look at me. I'm in my formal Mandarin jacket, like a James Bond villain.
I was happy that I don't have to dress up again.
I know, right? You're gonna just show up. The hat,
this is a bit like not the Marx Brothers. What are the other ones?
Costello.
No, not Abbott and Costello.
Three Stooges.
The Three Stooges with a stupid hat and that kind of thing.
That was the Three Stooges never wore the hat. It was more Abbott and Costello. I'm just saying. Now you look like Gomer Pyle.
I could do the stupid sunglasses as well. We can all do this.
No, we're good.
The problem is, if we all do this in the cigar industry, we all look like bloody parrots, and I hate it. I can't stand it. I enjoy it, but I can't stand it. Yeah, let's do all the.
Okay.
Let's do the.
Oh, there you go.
Right. Do you prefer this?
But the problem is, he's sitting outdoors, and I have just come back from like the entire afternoon, and I'm sitting at a new place, unlike my regular studio, as I told last time.
Right.
So you're
Yeah,
sitting
Usman,
next
where
to
are
like
you?
everything,
Where are
everything. You're like sitting like everything in your arm's reach, so
Sitting in
you
a
can
studio that has
actually
bad internet
become
connection,
free.
apparently.
You can
And there we
become
go.
free. Yeah. What happened?
Your new studio doesn't have good internet connection like your old studio.
Okay. Well, that shouldn't be the case, but okay. See.
There you
this
go. That's
this
how we want you to do the whole show. That's it.
I am very sure this show is gonna go way more viral than anything else, given with
Yeah.
Raza the Joker. So yeah,
Oh, that is awesome. He's got a whole prop trunk. He's been
I'm
waiting all year
fine.
for
that's
this.
exactly what I'm saying. He's sitting like on the gold mine. Oh, this
Yep.
one, yeah.
Yep.
This one, yeah.
Yep.
So we can be not.
He's like, I got a whole prop trunk. I've been waiting till the end of the year show to get this all in, and now he's getting it all in.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So,
For like a year's roundup of
this is a
stupidity
year
and
something already.
craziness.
Oh yeah. Raza, what are you smoking? Romeo Julieta, White Churchill, Short Churchill?
Chota Chachu.
Oh,
Short Churchill.
okay. Short Churchill.
We've got to address all languages. This is called the Chota Chachu, right? For the Habanos people out there who don't give a fuck, right? Yeah, you're one of your biggest audiences of enthusiastic cigar smokers is the Pakistan cigar community, headed by none other than Usman, right? Now, if you
Yes.
guys don't give a fuck, right? I don't care either. But we have named most of your vitolas in Urdu. So this is the Chota Chachu, which means the short Churchill, okay, in Urdu.
Yeah.
You don't like it, you can fuck off.
Hey, now, really, what you should do is you should
Sorry,
hold
that
back
was
how
a
you feel.
marketing. That was a marketing promotional exercise for
I caught that.
Habanos.
Yeah, that's good. They're going to be sponsoring any day now. But that's going to be awesome. So it's like sweet. So
Usman, man, I love you. You are the engine in the fucking car. You're the engine in the fucking car. We're just the bodywork. I speak for myself and Stephen.
Which is exactly why you wanted to riff which is why
We're
you wanted to riff the entire program, huh?
no, we didn't. A
Well.
fan
You
said that,
may
not
like,
us.
So if you're standing on the road, yeah, and a Ferrari goes by, yeah, you are going to say, "What a beautiful car!" But before
Of
you
course.
say, "What a beautiful car," you would hear the engine coming around
The
the corner.
notes. Yeah, you got
You
to hear the notes.
understand, right? So this is the analogy in this
Yeah.
group, right? And
You're
don't
the
forget,
notes.
analogy starts with anal. The thing is this, that the body is me and Stephen, but the engine is
Is
Usman.
you.
Go
You're
kick
the notes,
ass.
man. You're the
And he's
notes.
not a pesky V6, he's a V12.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
I'm I'm
naturally
I'm
aspirated though.
I'm happy being an rare wheel of this trifecta, so I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't really have a problem in any of that.
I'm
The
the
only
rear
thing is,
wheel. I humbly submit. I am the reveal.
well, Stephen, what he wanted to
Yes.
say is that he's not the rear wheel. He's the first class passenger who sits on the back, and we are like the chauffeur and the bodyguard who sit on the front. Yeah. That's what he wanted to say.
Yeah.
I am the pilot of a plane that's about to crash. What I've decided is to
Oh my
go and sit in
God!
first class,
One
and enjoy the ride
has his
down.
Alzheimer's kicked in again, or the AI has again retaken
I
over?
think the AI may be
Yeah.
getting to him again.
Well, no,
Listen, I look.
since this is the last show of the year and my last
Show of the year.
appearance on
We
the show,
understand.
and
Of the year.
Usman and Stephen have been starting this year, I just thought I'd get in all the little jabs and sideways
I
hits
like
before
I
on the
like
way
how
out.
he's like, this is his last show of it's
Reiterating.
his last show of the
Yeah.
year. He
Yeah,
like under his breath
exactly.
is like, this is my last show of the year. And then next Saturday he'll be back for the first show of the new year. So there you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
New year, new. Who knew?
Who knew? Who knew that the fans were gonna like the show? We didn't
Who
know
knew?
it. So well, you know
Can
what's
I
really
ask a
interesting?
question? Can I ask a
Please.
question? Usman, your cigar of the year. This
Mm.
2024 roundup, your cigar of the year.
Okay.
I know what it is. I know what it is. When you marinate around other cigar aficionados, right? Okay, smoking which you didn't smoke, the Cabildos, the Trinidad Cabildos. I was expecting you to say the Trinidad Cabildos, but what is your cigar of the year?
Okay. So whenever I'll be asked a question about cigar, my favorite cigar, cigar of the year, or something like that, I would always tend to respond in a way which most of the people can experience, which means I will always talk about something which is a regular production, or let's say La Casa del Habano, which is again widely available,
Right.
and not any of the limited editions or the regional editions, because to me they are already special releases. So comparing them to the regular productions is something which is unfair. So if I'm talking of the cigar for me for the year, I would say there is a very uh, amazing fact that it is a La Casa del Habano edition. It is a new cigar, which was released practically now almost a year ago, because last year in December in Cyprus, Phoenicia had introduced the cigar. I got hold of it in January earlier this year, and that's what the first time I smoked it. And since then, I have smoked the cigar for at least 8 to 10 times, and I must say I have every single time loved the cigar so much.
Cool.
So that is the El Rey del Mundo Royal series. So it is a newer cigar relatively as compared to a lot of other things, but it is the La Casa del Habano edition, El Rey del Mundo Royal series. The best part about it, it is not a very mild cigar. It is not a very strong cigar. It is a very balanced, very, I would say, from a strength perspective, reasonably strengthed, and a good construction wise. I haven't found any of, excuse me, issues in that cigar. And I must say that is a cigar which has actually in this entire year amazed me the most, with its consistency, with its construction, with its flavor profile, and with the fact that it is still in a pretty reasonable price available.
Very nice.
If I'm talking of, and if you might want to say, okay, what are your special releases cigars? And if you're talking of the special releases cigars, I must say one cigar that also amazed me, which had come out almost after 3 years of its announcement, which is the limited edition, is the Bolivar Regentes, which was the limited edition for 2021.
Okay.
Amazing cigar, like absolutely amazing cigar. One cigar which has really reassured me that Bolivar is a very reasonable and a very great brand from Habanos, and that was a very good cigar, I must say. Yes, I understand that the limited edition is already 2 years aged in addition to the regular productions, and the fact that it was a limited edition for 2021, which was practically released at end of 23, 24 start. So it was kind of 4 years aged from that perspective, but amazing cigar, very good, very reasonably priced. So these two cigars, from one from the regular production, one from the limited edition, has really amazed me. And for my 2024, I would say these are the choices when it comes to the new cigars.
Okay. Very nice.
Right.
Last thing
After all of that, tell me the cigar you enjoyed the most this year. You forget
What's your
special
cigar?
releases.
What's your cigar
The
of the year?
cigar that has left a footprint there that you would say, like if you said, Reza, in 2025, the first cigar I want you to smoke is this, or Stephen, if you can get hold of it, the first cigar I want you to smoke is this. What would
Right.
that be?
God, that's like a real tough question when it comes to a person like me who smokes a lot.
I know.
In that case, I would say it is a very rare finds, but an amazing cigar, Trinidad Casildas. So Trinidad Casilda is from the book collection, the Habanos book collection that comes in. It is slightly bigger cigar, primarily around 2.5 to 3 hours for the cigar. But man, what an amazing cigar!
Is it a
I,
fucking good
I
smoke?
pardon?
Is it a fucking good smoke?
It is a fucking good smoke, and yes, price actually is one of those levels as well. I would have to thank my dear friend and brother Asad Qayyum, I
Oh my
must say especially, who also happens to be an ambassador at Cigar Keep and a very dear aficionado, originally from Pakistan, based in Oman, with the cigar handle of Oman Cigar Club. He was very kind to share one with me, and I must say that was one of the most phenomenal smokes of the year that I have smoked, and I have no difference of opinion or no two thoughts about it.
Very
Very nice to
nice.
still those. Stephen, your cigar of the year.
Huh. Well, I hate to say it, but I think I'm smoking it right now. Is the EGM. This one right here, boys. This is the cigar of the year for me.
More than the
Habanos.
Encanto, more than the Lancero size.
This has more flavor, in my opinion, than the Lancero. It's a little mild for my taste, but I like it. I think, like, if someone's, I would say this would be the cigar of the year. And then the second place, of course, is my CAO Brazilian Amazon. And then it goes to Paragas and everything else. But I smoke the CAO Brazilian Amazon like every day. So for something different, this would be, I would say to someone, you know what? You got to try the EGM. And then if you want a more full body, you go to the CAO Brazilian Amazon. Those would be my two cigars of the year. They're great smokes, and all the EGMs I've smoked so far, I've not had a bad smoke. The construction is good, flavor's good, not a lot of smoke, which is fine. If I want smoke, I can go to the CAO, which is a nice full body, and it's a beauty. So yeah,
Cool. I can tell Raza's as if you allow me to. So for him, the fucking good, amazing cigar that blew his mind off was on the 17th of December 2024, which was Paragas Lusitania Grand Reserve. Thank you very much, gentlemen. The announcement is closed.
there you go. No, what was your cigar of the year?
Oh, there's a twist to the story. Here he
Uh-oh.
settles in. He settles in his
No,
chair.
I'm a little bit
Um,
I'm a little bit shocked that I'm saying this. I'm a little bit shocked. Now, I'm not trying to build this up, but unfortunately, that's just the way I talk. Okay,
Oh.
so you have to. The cigar that single-handedly has left an impression on me this year, and I can't help it. I mean, the Partagas Lusitania,
Okay.
the Partagas Lusitania was an amazing smoke. And then earlier in the year, I've had out of Christian's Humidor, I had the Vegas Robina 5th Anniversario
Uh,
Belicosos, which melted like butter. It
like
just
butter,
melted like butter.
like butter.
I have had the EGM Encanto, and I've had the EGM Encanto maybe 5 or 6 times. And every time I'm a little bit surprised that, hey, this is a cigar that's not trying too hard, but it's delivering. Yeah, it's not
Right.
trying too hard. But there's one cigar this year that, for flavor profile, for aroma, for the way it looked, for the way it was presented, and for my pure the shock factor, the surprise factor on my face,
Right.
which said it all to the person sitting next to me. I'm shocked at myself. I'm saying this. I'm shocked. I'm I'm in fact at the stage where I can't really utter the words out of my mouth.
You see that?
Usman is going to be. I think Usman is going to be more shocked than Steven's going to be shocked.
Okay.
bring it on, bring it on. Drum roll is ready.
If we had one.
Yeah.
It is the
Yes.
Davidoff Year of the Snake.
Wow. I'm shocked. The Davidoff Year of the
I'm
Snake.
shocked. I'm
Get
even saying
lost.
it.
Wow.
Get lost.
I'm shocked. I'm being honest with you. I'm being really, really honest. There's one occasion I'm being honest. This cigar.
Oh, so you're saying you're never honest before that?
Wow, that's
I'm
really
saying
nice.
that
Thank you.
I'm saying that honesty does play a role, but today, that if you really want to know the cigar that's left an imprint on in my mind this year, is the Davidoff Year of the Snake. Primarily because I was expecting nothing out of it. I was
Yeah, yeah.
expecting absolutely zero, just like every other Davidoff cigar. But it's true. By the time and by the time I spoke this Davidoff, and this was at a number 6 Cavendish special events night,
Name dropper.
I had started experimenting with Lanceros, primarily because people like Christian and Usman fixated on me that, Reza, the Lancero cigar, even though you get a little bit nervous about draw on the Lancero Vitola, which is a long, thin cigar, these are the cigars to try, right? So I tried the EGM Encanto, and I had tried well, fundadores many times, right? Okay. But this cigar, the Year of the Snake, on the evening, I was encouraged to punch cut it, which I don't normally do anyway, right?
Right.
So I did a punch cut on this EGM cigar, and then Roy Sommer, who's the marketing head of Davidoff, sort of leaned over to me and said, "Look out for the lemons." And I thought, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Right? Yeah. And when I started smoking this cigar, I was getting these caramelized lemons at the back of the mouth and on the tip. And I thought, "What the fuck is this? How do you get that zesty citrus flavor out of cigar?" And to this day, I'm still thinking of that cigar. The only problem with that cigar, the only real problem is the price point. We're talking about in the London market, sort of between 90 and 110 pounds for a stick. Okay,
That's
sort of
crazy.
like
The two cigars that I told him are both less than 50 pounds, and I must say they are way better than what you're gonna pay for the ones that you're talking about. That's what we call riffing, my friend.
I've had the Regentes. Usman. I've had the Regentes a few times. I've had the Regentes a few times. I love the Regentes. I'm a Bolivar fan, right? Okay, and the price point in the UK actually is sort of like. Well, cigars maybe about a month ago they jumped again another 10-15% in price. Okay,
Well, still it is 50 pounds. 48 pounds to be specific, or 50 pounds, let's say. Which is
well, let's call it 50 pounds, and then but that Davidoff Year of the Snake. I know it's marketing, I know it's brand, but actually,
Right.
if you took the bands off, if you took
Yeah.
all the bands off, that cigar, I promise you, I promise both of you, and I promise all the other three people who are watching this, yeah, I promise you that if you took the bands off, you would say, "What the hell is this cigar about?"
Okay. I'm gonna try to. I can get that here in the States, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
go
yeah,
later
yeah.
today and go get one and see. Smoke it next week if I can get one.
My suggestion is get
Yeah.
2 of those sticks and
Really?
smoke them sort of like 10 days apart.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought he was gonna say smoke them one in each hand.
That's what I
Or
was hoping for. Yeah. Like this. So
no, but I'm confident that you will say, "Well, this is an unusual experience." And
I'm
not an
gonna go.
unpleasant one, unusual
I
experience.
will go out today or this week, and I will try to get one if they're in stock, and I will try to smoke it on next week's New Year's show. If they have it here in in the local area. I'll tell you who I get the cigars, even the Cubans, who has the best pricing is the EGM site. I'm shocked. Every time you guys talk about cigar, I go there to order cigars. Other than it takes 6 weeks to get here, their pricing is better. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, their pricing is really good. I mean, they may not be real, but we'll assume they are, and
Well,
the pricing is good.
no. So the cigar's authenticity is very clear. Number one, and the second part is it's free international shipping. So the pricing includes the shipping. What better
That's
you
true.
want?
Yeah, and then it doesn't include a pack though to keep your cigars fresh, but it includes everything
That was a
else.
very
Really?
relevant comment that Stephen made.
Yeah.
Stephen said that his sampler pack arrived without Bovita pack in it.
Yeah, it was beautiful the way it was done. I did a whole thing on my on the Instagram, which you can find under Two Old Farts Making Noises.
Uh-huh.
And I had about or you can look below and click one of the links for our
Yeah,
media.
yeah.
But I whatchamacallit it, I
You
commented.
should message Ettore directly on Instagram. Message him, say, "Great pack, great cigars, great
Yeah.
value for money. By the way, here's my comments." You should do that.
I thought Roseman was going to tell him when he saw him. I didn't think I
No,
had
but
to
why?
tell him.
You don't
He
need.
was
You
gonna
don't.
meet him. He was gonna meet him because
I did.
Yeah. So did you give the comment?
No, but
No,
this was
really.
pre. This was pre. I met the guys
Okay.
pre. Stephen having his
I
sampler
should
pack.
I should
Cigar,
I
yeah,
should,
yeah.
I should leave the feedback because this is to me actually new because whenever my packs have arrived, they've come really nicely
Yeah,
done.
I think that
When, when,
is
when the
a.
single
The
cigars,
packs,
when the,
the
no, no,
pack,
no, no. So when the single cigars come, they come in a
yeah,
uni
yeah.
pack,
Mine
which
don't.
is properly sealed, or a vacuum pack.
Nope.
And when the box comes, that is also vacuum packed sealed. So when it is vacuum packed sealed, even if there is no Bovida, it's fine.
Mine didn't come. It came very nicely wrapped, and it was like I was opening up a Hanukkah gift. It was beautiful. I don't remember if it came vacuum packed, but I
Yeah,
know it didn't
it's
come
a vacuum
with a
packet.
seal. Maybe
Okay.
they
Okay.
did. But I still because it takes 21 days to get here to the
Yeah, yeah.
state.
So
They
it
still
should
need
have
to.
something.
They still should throw that in, and then if they want to seal
Yeah.
it, it'll just make it even better because I know it had to sit in the humidor And then one of them was a little, when I opened it, it was a little cracky at the bottom. I was like, hey, it
Yeah.
is what it is. So, but I mean, but their pricing, I will say, is great. Like when I go get the Cubans that you guys mentioned, I go there now instead of the other sites, and their pricing is better than everybody. I know I'm going to get it. It's really cool. It's just, I think they just need to throw the little Bovo thing in there, and they're fine.
Yeah.
Or a
Sounds good.
boost, or
Yeah.
Usman prefers boost.
Yeah. Integra boost or Bovida, whatever.
Yeah, whatever they need to do, or they should just, I don't know, put it in a first class seat and ship it to me quicker. I mean, I'm a celebrity now. I don't know what they're thinking. So, but yeah, no, they're really a good thing. And we have a comment from somebody. Let's see what they say. This is from Mr. Batch. Guys, in a little cigar shop in Venice, I saw that the Cohiba Robusto and Trinidad Reyes are same price as they are in Dublin. Good for you. Do Habanos control the same high-end prices across Europe? Listen,
Yes,
that's a
sir.
question for you.
Of course. So since 2022, July 2022, to be very specific, if I'm not mistaken, Habanos has introduced a global pricing policy on all the global brands as well
Okay.
as few of the high-end brands, which is why Cohiba and Robusto or Cohiba and Trinidad are priced almost exactly the same in across the world. So they're pretty much the same pricing, other than UK, of course, because of excessive taxation where it gets a little higher.
That's
But
Chinese.
but for the rest, no, even for the Europe, for the southeast side, the pricing is almost the same. So you get the same pricing across board.
Very
Hence,
cool.
the pricing for Cohibas and Trinidad's being same across the world. And the whole thing was done primarily to, yes, safeguard from the Chinese travelers and a lot of other travelers who just go purchase it cheaper prices and go to the southeast or far east and sell them at a much higher prices or within China, and make margin. So secondary market was flourishing. So Habanos decided, why not us, who should get the whole benefit of the thing.
Very
So that's
good. Well, and the nice thing is that, and as I said this before, and since I put it out on the internet, we know it's got to be true, that Trump is going to lift the Cuban embargo in February. So Americans are going to be smoking Cuban cigars. Usman's going to be having a heart attack. He won't be able to
I
get them
am
anymore. He'll
I'm
be
very
smoking
happy.
Dominics.
Yeah, I'm very happy that 2024 passed very reasonably well. And I'm looking forward to 2025, nothing happening. But if that does happen, then guys, and if you don't see me on the show, understand what happened.
Yeah, I'll be the one with the Cuban cigars going, this is okay. You know what's really, and I had this dialogue. We actually had it on Vaguely True with Rob Vega, who's not a cigar guy. And he
Mhm.
said, so what's the allure of a cigar? And I said, it's a brotherhood. Whether you're smoking a
Mhm.
non-Cuban, a Cuban, whether it's $1, or in Usman, or not in Usman's case, $10,000 a stick. It's just that it's the old world brotherhood of, I'm enjoying my cigar with my mates, and you get to talk about whatever. It's kind of like I tell people, when you watch our show, this is the same thing that if we're at a cigar lounge, we're going to be doing. There's nothing different. We're going to talk about cigars, you talk about politics, you talk about this, blah, 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 blah. The difference is that on this channel, you have 100,000 people joining in, and in a cigar lounge, you have 5 or 6 of your mates. And that's the only
Yeah.
difference. That's it. Go on, Riza.
I think it's I think it's a waste of time, to be very honest with you. It's a
Here we
waste of
go.
time. It's a waste of time. It's a
Guys,
waste of money.
the
It's
AI,
for people. It's for people to make themselves feel very important and to give affirmation to the ego for those who have an insecurity of their own manlyhood.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a load of nonsense. I think
Okay.
it's a big party trick. It's mass hypnosis of weak minds. But I do enjoy a good cigar.
There you go. And just so you know, next year Habanos is our
Well,
sponsor.
someone's
So
got to say it. Someone's got to say these things. I don't.
yeah,
Everyone thinks it, but no one says it.
Yeah.
So,
that's
imagine me at a cigar event.
we're hoping. We're hoping to get you to a cigar event. That would be. We're going to record that one. Are
Well,
you kidding?
I'm just thinking what's going to happen to the other people on the cigar event when he's going to be there.
Oh,
I'm
they're
going to
they're
tell them
done.
to fuck off. Fuck off.
He
Go
tells
and
that to
fuck off.
the
That's all.
best part about Riz is he tells me he'll be like, I met a fan today when I was at, I don't want to name drop like he does, but at Tom Tom's or Cavendish or wherever he's smoking, at the exclusive places with his friends, he'll be like, I met a fan and fans complimenting me on this. I'm like, get away from me, go fuck yourself. And I'm like, that's nice. I'm glad you treat he treats the fans with such love,
Yeah.
and that's why they watch because they
Oh, I
want to
mean,
bump into
there's
him.
a certain amount of love and respect in this, but you know what? There's a lot, and Usman is going to actually even Usman will encounter this. Yeah, in the London market,
Right,
very specifically, I am finding an increasing number of, let's call it, chances. The old school English word we used to use, chances. People who use cigar lounges to pitch their own products, pitch their own cigars.
right.
Yeah, and it's happening quite a lot because it's a vibrant industry, and if you're sitting in a cigar lounge, spending between 30 and £100 to have a cigar and have a drink or whatever. So
Right.
it's a kind of a captive target audience, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, and it happens quite a lot, but it's kind of getting amusing that you'll find there is a significant percentage, like more than 10%, which I think is significant,
Right.
of people who sit at cigar lounges just fishing,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. They've got the line out and they're just fishing. And it happens quite a lot, and I find that amusing. The serious cigar smokers, I find people who are serious cigar smokers or lifestyle cigar smokers, when they sit in a cigar lounge, they talk about topics the way you and us three talk about topics. We
Right.
riff. We'll talk very honestly, brutally honestly sometimes, because this is, as far as I'm concerned, I've said this so many times, this is a truth serum.
Yeah.
You're parked for an hour and a half, the truth will come out. I can tell you a very interesting story. I can say it now. I couldn't say it then. And Usman will find this amusing, right? There was great secrecy surrounding what Grand Reserva cigar we would smoke. Usman, are you frozen or are you looking down?
I am completely here listening to the whole thing, but just sending texts to both of you. It's fine. Go ahead.
Angela says Rebellion cigars are
Yeah.
nice.
I saw that.
Angela, I've
What's
never
not them? See?
had a Rebellion cigar.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Where are they?
Usman, have
Yeah.
you had Rebellion cigars, Stephen?
I'm
Not
hearing
had
the
a
name.
Rebellion cigar.
I'm hearing the name for the first time.
I'm assuming, what part of the Cuba are they from?
I don't think they're for Cubans.
I don't think I bet you. I'm assuming Angela, if you're there, Miss Thompson, let us know if they're Dominican or if they're Cuban or non-Cuban.
I
Yeah.
would imagine that they're New World cigars.
Maybe. I've never heard of the Rebellion cigar. And Usman has to leave soon because apparently his Viagra is kicking in again. So these things happen.
Hi, guys.
He's got to go. He's got to do his thing. So
Yeah.
so before you leave, and then Rizzo will tell me the story, and I'll act like I'm shocked and amazed by it. It makes him feel better. Um, have a happy and healthy if you celebrate New Year's, and I will see you.
I
I will
do.
see you next week in 2025.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to. And Rizzo will be here, and hopefully Miss Thompson will come back and tell us what a Rebellion cigar is.
I look forward to that. Thank
Yeah.
you very much, gentlemen. It has been an absolutely amazing experience since I've joined the show, and I've loved it. I came as a guest, and
Yeah.
then
You
kind
never
of
left.
And you're
and
taking over, and
stayed.
you're taking over next year the prime spot, because this is, as you know, is my last show.
Oh, will you
For
stop
this
with
year, for
this
this
crap?
year,
Yeah, for
yes,
this year. Yeah. That's all
yes.
we're not doing any more shows this year. We're done. That's it.
Yeah,
No more shows this year.
but I'm glad that I have two brothers across the world, in completely two different time zones, and I really look forward to this being one of my best pastimes of the week.
Yes.
So anyone and everyone who's watching, all the fans, both of you, thank you very much for an amazing 2024, and I look forward
Yep.
to seeing you all in 2025. Happy New Year's in advance, and I beg your leave.
All right,
God
my
bless you.
friend. Enjoy. Always a pleasure. Happy, healthy. We'll see you next year.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Cheers. All right, Richard. Tell us the rest of the story, since we don't know where Angela's
He's still
cigar
there.
is. But
He's still there.
yeah, I know. He's
Oh,
still
he's still
here.
there.
Like, go
I can
away.
see it.
There you go. So, so anyway, so there's a big hubbaroo.
So, puss, 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 The story is this, yeah. There was this big secrecy surrounding which Grand Reserva. There's about 7 Grand Reservas in the Cuban cigar range. A Grand
Right.
Reserva is like a heavyweight top of the range cigar. We're talking like cigars that are between 400 and 800 pounds per stick, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the owners of Number Six came and had a smoke with me the night before, okay, at Tom Tom,
Right.
and because this is a truth serum,
Right.
it just slipped out
Yeah. Yeah.
what the cigar was going to be the next day. And this is a slightly more elaborate story, but I'm just cutting to the thing. It's one of those things. We laughed and laughed and laughed and said, listen, you know, when you sit down in a little hearth, a mini hearth, like of
Yeah.
2 people, 3 people, 4 people, that's really my limit. Yeah, 4
Yeah.
people. Okay. You can't help it. You can't help but say what's on your mind. You know, your guards come down
Yep.
and all that kind of thing. And that is really the fundamental nature of these cigar conversations, these cigar rants. It's kind of not just about the cigar. I mean, there are some people out there who aren't particularly that interested in Vitola sizes. I smoke cigars and I have a passing interest in Vitola sizes and how a big ring gauge cigar smokes and how a thin ring gauge cigar smokes. And that's very interesting. That's like talking about, there are some people who are into cars, who love driving cars and the experience, but they don't really want to know what's under the hood, and they don't care what kind of leather it is as long as it's comfortable. You understand what I mean, right? Everyone has that level of interest, right? But what I do enjoy is when we're sitting in that car and driving it around, the conversations that we have. And that's the same with a cigar. A cigar is like a really good cigar is like a comfortable Rolls Royce that you sit in and you talk and you look at the scenery and you describe the scenery and you can say whatever you feel like to the passengers and they can say something back to you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And that counts for more to me than the actual conversation about the technicality. Having said that, the conversation about the technicality of the cigar, the construction, so is invaluable. There are few people. When I say few people, I there's slightly nuance. There are actually
Right.
many people who are doing cigar videos. They're
Right.
doing cigar reviews, and good on them because what they're doing is they're creating a certain amount of content which can be referred to in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, and you can say
Right.
historically this is what people thought, this is how a
Yep.
cigar was constructed, this is what the industry was about. I'd like to think that forms about me. I don't know anything about what Usman brings to the deal. I
Yeah.
don't know 5%
Hmm.
of Usman's technical knowledge. I don't have 5% of that. My knowledge or entertainment knowledge is more about, well, what's the next step? How
Right.
do we enjoy this? What do we pair it with? What do we talk about? That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the rationale for this program, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, Stephen.
And I
That's
agree.
where we come from.
I think, and people like it because I see the numbers go up week after week after week after week, and people leave comments and they like it, and even people in the cigar industry, because we post in a very specific space for the cigar industry professionals, they even
Yeah,
comment on our shows, and I'm like,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Well, they
So
can go
it's
fuck themselves.
that's right. Well, yeah, until they pay us, we don't mention
Comment.
them. But
What do you
anyway,
mean comment? Comment. It's a
they,
comment.
they comment.
Fuck
They
off.
comment. They say we love you guys. I'm like, it's your show. So, and I go, who wouldn't love
I
us?
was
Did
just
I?
joking, by the way. Everyone's a superstar as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm not full of
That's
hate.
somebody
I'm
says
full of
off air.
love.
But yeah,
It's
yeah.
just it's cathartic to get it out of the system. It's the way
Makes
it
him feel
is.
better. Yeah, it makes him feel better. Hey,
Gets me through the day.
did we ever play? I don't know if we ever did this. Did we ever play the poem that was written by one of our fans on our show? We have a poem that somebody wrote.
Do they?
They wrote a poem. Would you like to hear their poem?
Go for it.
Here's the poem, everybody, from one of our fans.
A cigar is like a love affair. You start with a cigar that is brought to life by a flame. You fan the flame and feel the satisfaction as you puff away, savoring the sweetness of life. As it burns down to 2/3 of the way, then it's like a relationship that is settling in. and it is nice, warm, and nasty at the same time as it comes along. And then towards the end, it becomes strong and unbearable, and you put it out. And that is the phase of death or divorce.
There you go. That was
I was playing along for the hard of hearing. I was
I
miming
saw
out
that.
the.
I saw that. That was very nice. So, but I thought that was an interesting. One of the guys wrote that and sent it to us,
Very
and he had
indulgent. Whoever wrote that was very indulgent. That person really got inside the cigar, the feeling of being a cigar.
yes, he did, and we put that's been also posted, I think, on our Instagram. And we've never played it on the show.
Yeah,
I think we
I
should
can
play
give
it.
the poem a title:
Oh,
An Ode to a Cigar.
I like that. There you
It's an
go.
ode.
An ode to a cigar. That's a beauty. And you available anywhere your podcasts are available, I think. And there you go. My
You can
friend, it
download
has
it
been up.
for $1.99, I think.
Right, I download it for $1.99. Yeah, we have to make money. It's the way it works. So, well, this has been a fun 2024.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's been all right. Yeah, now that
Bring you
Usman's
down a
gone, all
level
right.
there.
Yeah, there you go. It's been all right. It's like very Jewish. It's like, how
Well,
was your 2020? It's all right. It's
no,
okay.
Stephen. Well,
Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's like the rabbi that
it could
gets.
have been better.
It could have been. It's like the rabbi gets hit by a car. The other rabbi comes over to him. He puts his jacket under him. He goes, you doing okay? He goes, I do all right.
It's
You
like
know?
it's like the husband who comes down on Christmas Day. He was given two ties as a present from the wife, and he comes down wearing one of the ties very proudly, and she says, "Didn't you like the other one?"
Yeah, that's right. I know. It's like, yeah, you can't win or lose. I always tell people, don't give me gifts, please. This way I can't get in trouble for something. Because if you use one before the other, it's like the other one's no good. It's like, all right. So it's Jewish guilt. We're used to it. So big plans for New Year's, or just try to stay sober for the show on next
Well,
Saturday.
I'd like to make it to New Year's for a start.
Oh.
That's that'd be nice.
Let's assume you're going to make it to New Year's. So, and you'll have a happy
Assumption is the
2025.
mother of all failures.
Well, it's without assumption, where would we be? Oh, wait, we have another
What
comment.
a fucking cigar show.
I know. We have a gentleman, Abdullah Sador, says, hello, friends. Hello,
It's
Abdul.
a bit late to say hello. You should be saying goodbye because we're
I
logging
know we're
off.
going to be leaving soon. So, but thank you for watching. And you can watch the whole rebroadcast or watch the live show if you'd like. The rebroadcast comes out in 2 hours. You can watch that and you'll see the three of us. Usman was here, I swear to God. And and we'll talk about our favorite cigars of the 2024 and the
Surprising
O
ones.
cigars.
Surprising
Yes.
ones. Very, very surprising ones.
Yeah, I was surprised at your pick for 2024, but
I
I
was
can see
surprised at
that.
my pick for 2024.
Well, I knew when you were waxing lyrical about it 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was like, this could be a contender. And then I didn't
I
even think of it.
promise you it is. I
Yeah,
promise you it is. I promise you. Once you smoke it, I'm convinced that you'll say, Reza, you're onto something here.
yeah.
Um,
I think in the States they're like $50 a stick, not 90. So I'll have to say.
well, try it once. Try it
I'm gonna,
once.
yeah, I'm gonna try to just. And you know what's really funny is everybody flocks to go buy the Davidoff year of the whatever. And like I said, I had the year of the tiger. It was okay, no great shakes. I had whatever was last year. So this year, you're saying the year of the snakes. I definitely want to try it. I think Davidoff's stepping up their game now on their
I
cigars
think
for the
so.
year
I
of.
think so. I
I'm
think
giving
so.
them credit for that.
I think generally everyone's stepping up their game, which is a very good thing for the
Yeah,
industry. But you are getting these very nuanced flavors, aromas. You're
yeah,
getting something that's a little bit more. It's almost like a flavored cigar without being flavored. So it's within the
yes,
leaf. Go for it. Try it.
yeah. It keeps.
There's my recommendation for 2024. Smoke. You're going to smoke a lot of different things. Try that one. That will a little bit play with your mind.
So just to remind everybody, Riz's cigar of the year was the Davidoff Year of the Snake. If you go watch the whole show, you'll see what Usman's was, you'll see what mine was, and then next year we have to start getting ready for the year of the 2025 cigars.
And
So
what
that'll
you
be
could
fun.
do is you can go to the show and just fast forward it to the end and actually find
Wow,
out what those were.
wow.
Because like me, I can't wait. If I want something, I just fast forward
Yeah.
to it. But why watch
We
the
put
whole fucking thing?
we'll put timestamps in. I mean, we'll put the wrong timestamps in because AI gives it to us, but there'll be timestamps. So good luck with that. So we've seen that, my friend. It's always a pleasure to see you. Have a happy and healthy, as they say. And to all the lawnsmen and lawnswomen out there, enjoy your Hanukkah for the next 4 more days. And I'm a Jew. Listen. I have to get it all in. Yeah. And for Kwanzaa, I don't know what to do for you. And happy festive for you, because I know that's what you
Festivus for the
you
rest of
celebrated.
us.
Yes, Festivus. You celebrated Festivus. Good luck with your poll. We have a poll. We use it for dancing. It's like the same holiday. So
Same thing.
yeah, same thing. And to your friend who you smoked with cigars last night, thank you for watching, because we know you like to watch every show. And we hope you made you giggle and laugh.
Incredibly, every fucking show. My God, I was just taking it back. Bloody hell.
We should have
Keep
him
telling
come
me
on
that.
one day and just as a fan and just tell us what he likes about the show.
Good idea.
And do it sober.
No, some people just like to poke fun from a distance without coming on.
Sounds like a marriage I had once. Anyway, real whatchamacallit. My friend, it's always good to see you. Happy and healthy, everybody. Thank you, all the fans. We'll see you next Saturday. Who knew? In
See you
2025.
on
This
the
is our
other
last show
side.
for 24 on the other side. My friend, always a pleasure. I'll see you all.
Ciao, ciao.
Cheers. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And that is it.